here we go. My name's Joe, and I'm taking my home, a narrowboat named Lydia, on a 500-mile journey across the length of Britain. My boat's running away from me. I'm sailing through the aftermath of a bloody wildfire. You can put your arm in that bit. Wow, Campbell. This is nuts. Welcome to A Bonny Odyssey. Good morning, good morning. Another day, and I'm back in here again. This time, my stern gland needs greasing. So, spending another lovely morning, and it is a really lovely morning. It's cold though. Spending another morning, engine maintenance. I did promise to show you all continuous cruising life, warts and all. This is definitely one of the wartier bits. So this is my stern gland here, this little tube. It's full of marine grease. It runs through that pipe there and down onto the actual shaft, pushes all the grease through and seals up the gap between the shaft and the packing. And yeah, it's looking a bit low. So I've got the tube off, and then you can see the grease. Come on, focus. You can kind of see the grease in there. But what I need to do is pull this all the way out. So you can see how far it's coming out there. There we go. And then this sort of flower bit, that comes off as well. You can see how little grease I had left there. So yeah, that's definitely due for repacking. So we're using proper marine grease for this. This is K99. And as you push down, the grease comes up through the little hole. As you can see, as I'm pushing down, I think it's because it's cold, that's why it's so stiff. So, screw top is back on, and you can see we've got a lovely tube full of grease. So I'm going to screw the tube back onto the base. There will be a little bit of excess grease will come sliding out, making sure that it's all nice and tight. And to make sure it's tight, we'll use a little rag as our grip. There we go, it's turning a little bit more. And like we do before and after every cruise, is you tighten up the stern gland. That just pushes a little bit of grease through onto the shaft down there. Dirty job's done, let's get away. Hello, sheep. 4 days and still no cows. Trying not to get my hopes up. Now you tell me, is that a field of sheep or a field full of cotton wool bunts? I think. Yes. Cows! Yes! I can't really see them because the sun's in my eyes, but those are definitely cows. Oh. Day 4, cows sighted. Cows. Oh, longhorn cows. Woo! I think there's some Oreo cows as well. Oh, I can cross that off my list. Now I've finally seen cows. I might as well turn around and go straight down to Oxford now, because what more could you want? So I'm just coming up to the junction where the Llangollen branches off onto the Montgomery Canal. Now I'm heading straight on down to Llangollen Basin, but I wasn't planning on doing the Monty, but when I'm on my way back we'll see how we're like for time, and we just might give it a crack. It's not a guarantee, because I am on technically it's not a tight time frame, but I am on a bit of a schedule. Oh, missed the bridge. So there's the junction there. Maybe on the way back, we'll see what we're doing for time, because you have to book passage down the locks, which we can just sort of see there. Problem, you might be able to see that the boat up ahead of me, one of his lines has come off and he's floating in the middle of the canal. Right. Do you know what? I'm going to be a good Samaritan. Right, I've just tied Lydia on with my centre line. I'm just going to go and have a look. I don't think there's, well, there can't be anybody on it, because if there was, they'd have noticed. But yeah, that is blocking the canal. So, right, I've pulled it in a little bit, and I'm just going to grab one of my old mooring pins. There is one I can do without. So, I'm going to grab that one, knock it in, and hopefully we'll be on our way. Mooring pin and hammer secured. Mooring pin is in and it's secured in place. It's not the best knot work I've ever done, but it'll do for now. Well, at least that's my good deed done for the day. If there's any more boats across the canal, unless they're blocking way, I'm just going to go straight past. There we go, all nice and secure, hopefully until the owner comes along. So I've been cruising along for probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours now, and it's starting to get pretty. It's starting to get pretty, and it's starting to get hilly as well, because we are not really that far from crossing over into Wales at Chirk. So I'm just coming up to a little town called Roswell. Any Welsh watchers, if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, please don't hate me. It's my English tongue. But yes, before I left this morning, I made an order on Amazon for 3 new alternator belts for the generator, and they are being delivered to a post office in Chirk, which is a bit further on. So they should be arriving tomorrow. I'm hoping to go and pick them up from Chirk post office either when I
arrive in Chirk for the night or when I pass through it during the day. We shall see. And then I will be having a crack at fitting the new belts myself, which, based on my previous experiences and attempts to mend things on this boat, it should be entertaining, hopefully. So yeah, starting to get very pretty now. I think I'm probably a day away from getting into Wales proper. Imagine what cruising here during the peak summer's like, because it's been so quiet so far. There's been stretches of Armco where there've been no boats moored at all. And I mean, it's gorgeous. I'm coming up to Chirk now. I'm probably only just around the bend, but it's so pretty. I've got the Vale down there, you know, sun peeking through the trees to my left. It's also getting quite narrow as well. Right, I've made a decision. I was going to stop in Chirk, but back that way there were no available moorings, they were all full. Here, in the stretch between that bridge back there, I'll put the number up, and the start of Chirk Aqueduct, there are rings, but this is not a good place for my solar panels because they're not getting any sunlight. So I'm going to make my way make my way across the aqueduct, through Chirk Tunnel, and find somewhere on the other side, and I can divert my mail with my new belts in it to a post office either in Trevor or Frontisilty. Let's go. And we're off again. Now, when I was stopped there, I just had a wander up this lane towards the aqueduct. I can see it through the trees. I just had a wander up looking for if there were any more rings or bollards to tie onto. And I went pretty much to the entrance of Chirk Tunnel. Now, those of you who have seen the video where I went through Harecastle Tunnel on my way to Cheshire will be familiar with the fact that I do not like small spaces. Small, dark, cramped. Don't like it. But I had a walk up to the entrance of the tunnel and I could actually see, you can see the end from when you get in. So I don't think I'll be too bad this time round. I won't be quite as much of a drama queen, put it that way. The aqueduct is just round this bend. There we are, you can see the railway bridge. Oh my god. I'm okay with heights, but oh, this is another thing altogether. Right, you can see the channel of the aqueduct there. And sign. Oh, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. Squeaky bum time. And we're on. Oh my word. Look at this! I'm on my boat and I'm in the sky. And it isn't even as long or as high as the one just before you get to Llangollen. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. I mean, I am just creeping. You can see the flow of the water. Oh my god, look at it. This is amazing. See the River Dee down there, same river I used to work on. I'm being pushed about by the breeze. No, 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 no. Come on, get over there. Just ticking along. Being pushed around by the wind, feel it, but we're nearly there, nearly at the end, and you can see the opening for Chirk Tunnel there. God, it's amazing. Wales, people. Going in. Oh my god. Steve and Chris from Amy Joe told me about coming through this tunnel, and the waterway following it was just take it slow because it's narrow. And because it gets quite shallow after this, so just take it steady, which is hopefully, Chris and Steve, you can see this is exactly what I'm doing. Ooh, very scared now. I hate tunnels. I've got something round my rudder. Bloody great tree branch. Gone now. Don't know what it was caught on, the little eye in the top of the rudder or what. Right. I found myself a little spot eventually in this place. Come on, focus. Why is it not focusing? Oh, for God's sake. It's just down from the big aqueduct. Again, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. That was a long day. I started at 8:15 this morning, and it is now 5:20.
dinner, I think. Oh, let's go.
Coming up next time on A Bonny Odyssey. North Wales comes out to play in all its glory.
This is nuts.
Lydia and I cross the highest canal aqueduct in the world. And we finally make it to one of the canal network's absolute gems, Llangollen.
We're into the Narrows. Llangollen Canal.